try to double up. Curry off balance. Westbrook for three. Also Westbrook.
So who were those Warriors we just watched? Like, who was that team? Who was that Steph Curry and that Draymond Green and that Klay Thompson? They were unrecognizable. The Thunder did something to disappear the Warriors, and now I'm wondering if we get them back. Before we go to Game 4, though, we got to break down that disaster that just happened right there on this court. MVP. Can you have an MVP in a blowout like that? There's one. My homie, Ian Clark, baby. Look, really, though, in the second quarter, when the Thunder had a lead and they needed the bench to settle things, Ian Clark came through. He made shots, he moved the ball, he played defense, he was +9. Think about that. He finished the game at +19, best on the squad. The most disappointing player of Game 3 had to be Draymond Green. Not just because he kicked Steven Adams in the Kiwis, but because he just did not play well. It might have been the worst defensive performance I've seen from Draymond Green. He was 1 for 9. He got a shot blocked twice. Draymond Green, the leader in the NBA in plus-minus, finished -43. -43. Think about that. Now, he wasn't alone in being terrible, but he was probably the most terrible of them all. The startling stat of the game is pretty, shall we say, startling. Over the second and third quarters, the Oklahoma City Thunder scored 83 points in 2 quarters. 83 points in 2 quarters. The Warriors scored 52 points in those same 2 quarters. They were -31. I mean, that's surreal. Really, I think Durant and Westbrook and the starters could have dropped 150 on the Warriors. The key sequence. Now, I know there was a 16-1 run to close the second quarter, but I'm going to go way back before that. The game was tied at 40-40. Ian Clark, my homie, came in and saved the day, and the starters were in, right? Next thing you know, Klay misses a wide open 3. Barnes misses a wide open 3. Andrew Bogut misses a wide open hook when he probably should have dunked it. Each time down, the Thunder came back and scored. Next thing you know, the game is 48-40, and you could feel this arena shaking. You know what that did? It rattled the Warriors. And guess what happened next? That's when we got the Draymond Green kick. They were desperate. They didn't know what to do. They were unnerved, and stuff like that happens. The Thunder respond to that kick by going on another run, but it all started because they were missing wide open shots leading in transition. Once that happened, it was all bad. The coaching moves, they were not good. Sorry, Steve Kerr, but you did get blown out, so it can't be that good, right? Critical point. On the 16-1 run to close the quarter, Steve Kerr called 1 timeout. This place was going nuts. His team was clearly rattled. You like to see more timeouts. Think about this. Steph Curry came out, he hit a 3 and a 2, 5 points. Cut the lead to 31. You know what Billy Donovan did? Jumped off the bench and called a timeout. Everybody else does it against the Warriors. You don't want to get them going. Maybe the Warriors should try it. In this game, Steve Kerr just let them hang themselves, which probably works in most cases for a veteran team, but this is not most teams they play. Oklahoma City is explosive, and they need to be stopped. So all the talk is clearly about Draymond Green going Danielson on Steven Adams. Let's hear what Westbrook thought about whether it was intentional or not.
Honestly, I think it's intentional. And that's 2 times in the last 2 games. I don't think you can't keep kicking somebody in their private areas. But he probably said he didn't do it on purpose. But I think the way I look at it, it looks intentional to me.